Welcome back, guys. So now that we've learned how to design basic graphics for social media, so another thing you would love to do, or you have to know how to do to use your phone to manage social media pages for different companies or brands or your personal brands, is writing content. And we could easily do that with generative AI. So you go to your Play Store or your App Store, download a generative AI app like ChatGPT. So I'll download a ChatGPT app and create an account and use that to create different content for social media posts. So I'll give you different like scenarios where you could create a post for Facebook, where you could create a post for Instagram, you could create a post for Twitter and all that. So I'm just going to install the ChatGPT app on my phone. And having to do that, I just chose to install that and I'll wait for it to be installed, and this way it's getting installed already. So I'm going to wait for it to be fully installed. Then I'll be able to access this generative AI too. And this is what we use to create different contents for different social media brands. Since we know that we can create design with our Canva app, then right now you will create content with ChatGPT. It's just for you to know the basic prompts on how to go about it. So right now I'm downloading the app already and I'll wait for it to be downloaded so that this can be used to generate content. And so far so good. We just used Canva to learn how to create content with social media, so we could easily edit them later on and fit in our new content into them. So right now we just have some designs that we worked on, how to edit, how to choose templates and all that. We've done all those basic things in the project session, and we are going to see how to make a full content by using generative AI to create the content, and we're going to design them with Canva. So it's as simple as that. And this way, you can start making money with your phone by managing social media pages for different brands, creating designs with your phones without having a laptop, because this is a mobile friendly course. And with this course, you can use your mobile phone to do these following things and to learn these following skills. And this is just a basic way to make money with your mobile phone. So right now, I'm just going to see, like, we've done some designs in the past years, but we have to create something tangible for people to use, and that's why we are downloading a chat gpt app. And I just downloaded this AI app, so I'm just going to open that. And once you open it, all you have to do is to register straight away. You could register easily and you could see different things. I'm logged in already, so you could just do your registration. It's very simple. Just go ahead with registration and have an account, and you'll be seeing this dashboard where you could prompt. So here is where you input your prompt. In the next lesson, I'll show you how to input prompts and how to generate content with this tool. And that way you get to generate your content and you get to design with Canva. So with the collaboration of ChatGPT and Canva, you can manage a social media page. You can be a professional social media manager. You can be a professional social media marketer. So you could learn basic marketing skill like LinkedIn marketing, Facebook marketing. I have all those courses. If you want to explore them, just come to your Google and type my name, Beloved Adejigbe, and you see my name right here, Beloved Adejigbe, and you see my courses on these platforms. So you see Beloved Adejigbe on Udemy. You could learn Facebook marketing and WhatsApp marketing, Facebook marketing here. You could learn LinkedIn marketing. So there are a whole lot of that. I hope to see in the next lesson where we get to explore how to use the generative AI to generate content. I want to use Instagram as a case study. So the first thing I want to do is I want to create an Instagram post. I want to use the generative AI tool we just downloaded, which is the Chat GPT app. So all I have to do is to open it. And if you want to achieve this particular dark mode, yours could be light. But if you want to achieve the dark mode, it's very easy to achieve. All you have to do is to click on this and you see your settings right here. You see your email address, my registration are all there. So you could easily set this by using the customize button. Then you could change your color scheme. You could change it to system default. You could change it to dark, and you change it to dark that way. That's why we are having something like this. So let's proceed. So I want to create an Instagram post. So let me just prompt as a social media manager. So I'll just prompt it just the same way I'm talking right now. I will just say, as a social media manager, I want to create an Instagram carousel for a fashion brand that deals with kaftans, let's say kaftans and simple ways. So yeah, I would say give me content ideas. So give me content and design ideas. So I could use some of the content to design different Instagram friendly graphics on Canva. So the prompt is just as simple as it's just by explaining what you want and what you want it to do. So I'll have this sent, and yes, we have this sent. So yes, we have creating an Instagram carousel for a fashion brand specializing in kaftans and simple wears involves a blend of visuals, storytelling, and branding. Here is a comprehensive here is a comprehensive guide. So here we have carousel content ideas. We have a board cover with the brand logo, effortless elegance, and we have a brand story. We have product features, styling tips, customer testimonials, behind the scene, and others. So design ideas for Canva was given the color palette, the typography, the layout, the graphics, the icons, and all that. So give me different content ideas. Give me different content ideas for a fashion brand. So yes, prompt this as well. Let's see what it brings for us. So here are various content ideas. So here we have a product showcase. So we could start by getting different content ideas, and this way we get to choose which one to work on. Then you say new arrivals with detailed shoots. So outfit of the day, featuring styled looks and all that. So this would give you a detailed content strategy and content ideas to use. So I want to create my first design. I want to create the first design. Give me a content for it. I want to create my first Instagram design for this brand. Give me a content for it. So it's as simple as that. We could just prompt this and let's see what it brings for us. So right now I just prompted that and it's going to bring the contents we have. So the post concept is brand introduction. Yes. So this is where it starts from. So introducing where comfort meets elegance and all that. So here we have a carousel slide if applicable, and here you just have a caption. So we have a caption and here we have stay tuned. So we have all these design tips for Canva, colors, typography, graphics, visuals. This post to establish your presence. So right now we have this. So you could create a carousel from this. I could just choose an Instagram carousel. So all I have to do is come back to my Canva and say Instagram carousel. So I'll search for Instagram carousel right here. I'll search for Instagram carousel. I'll say Instagram, or I should just search for carousel without using Instagram. Just search for carousel, and I'm going to see a template that can be used. So yes, we have different templates right here. So all I have to do is to choose a template I want to use. So this looks simple. I could just choose this template. This looks simple. So let me choose something like this. I'll just choose to customize this template, and it's having a lot of visuals, of course. So we could just do a simple design with it. So yeah, right here we just chose a template and we work on that template. So we have different pages. So we have about 4 pages right now. As you could see, we have about 4 pages. So let me just go back right here, and these are the 4 pages with some simple text and others. So right now, so let's do the basic cover. So the basic cover we carry from the ChatGPT design. So there's a headline that says welcome to. So I'll just name it a dummy name, which we say a fashion brand. So this we have a bold logo or tagline with a model wearing your signature kaftan. Yeah. So what I want to do now is to look for, like, what I want to do is to start this. I'll just use this particular text. I could edit this and delete this, but let me just use the center so that way our text will be here. So I'll just delete this. I'll use the delete button to delete that. So I'll just come right here and choose that. Then I'll delete that image. So I have that deleted, and this will be my text. So we could either use this text or look for a text layout. So what I want to do now is to come back empty. I'll come back to the empty part and I'll look for text. As you could see, text is here. I'll look for text and I'll just look for something to use to these text formats and font combination. So I could use any of these or choose something to use. So I could easily look for what to use for this particular brand. So I'll just name it fashion design, and that will be the name of the brand. So right here, I'm trying to look for that. So let me just choose this. Let me choose this, and this will be the content style. So this will be fashion brand. So yes, let's name it fashion. So we just add this, and I'm going to reduce the size. So right here, I can reduce the size from here. So I could reduce it to like a, I could reduce it to something like this. Yes. So I just add it reduced to something like that, and I'm going to go back. So I'm going to click on this, and what I want to do is to take it up a bit. So I'll go to this, and here we have the text. I could delete what I don't want. So here we have this. So I could just bring it up a bit. So I have something like this. I could delete this particular text. I don't want that. I could delete all this. I don't want all this. So here we have a fashion brand. So I could just give this a name, fashion brand. Yes, so we have a fashion brand. So this could be ungrouped just for us to delete it. So I'll ungroup this, I'll ungroup, and yes, I have this fashion brand. I'll just click on this and I'll delete this. So I have a fashion brand right here. I can bring this somewhere like this and bring this somewhere closer, and we have something like this. Yes, we have something just to this. So we are good to go. So this will be our cover. And here we could change this. I could just change this to a kaftan. So I could say replace and look for an image. Let's say you have a brand truly. You could have different pictures taken already. So you could choose one of those pictures. So I'll just say kaftan. I'll look for kaftan. So let's look for kaftan right here. So I'll look for kaftan. Let's see if I'll see anything like that. See different fashion designs and all that. So I could choose from all these to use. So we have kaftans right here. So let me look for the one to choose from. So I could choose from any of these to use. That is just it basically. So let me look for a nice image to use for the design. So I'll just go on and on. And this is one. This looks good. So I'll choose this, and we have this right here. So we have fashion brand, and the kaftan is right here. So we have the very first page. We just did the very first page from what is suggested. So we are going to do the second slide. The second slide says headline will be effortless fashion for every occasion. So we showcase a lifestyle photo of someone styling your wear, usual casually or formally. So we could do that. We could just do go to the second page and do that. So here in the second page, we could just copy the what the headline is. The headline says effortless fashion for every occasion. So this could be copied. So I'll just select test, and the second slide says effortless fashion for every occasion. So I'll just do that, effortless fashion for every occasion. So I'll copy this. I'll come back to my Canva to design that. So I'll just delete some of these. So let's see, this could come right here, and this could come right here. So we could just look for a text to replace that. So I'm just going to delete this, and here we're going to have something. I'm going to delete this as well. So I'm going to delete this as well. So here we're going to choose a text, and right now we can choose a text right here. So from the text we want to choose right here, I'll just choose a very simple text, and this goes this way. So I'm just going to choose something like this, and we're going to have this worked on. So I'll choose something like this, and I'll change the color to like a blue. I'll change the color to like a blue, and I'll paste what I needed to paste and see how it goes. And this says effortless fashion for every occasion. So all I have to do is to ungroup this. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to ungroup this. So having to ungroup this. So we're going to have this deleted, and yes, we're going to have this deleted, and here we have this. So fashion for every, and I'm just going to do some basic edits, and here we have that. So we are good to go right now. All I have to do is to make this smaller. I'll make the text smaller. So I'll come to font size, and I'll make it smaller. So we have something like this, a small text, and we can bring it right here. And this could be deleted. And that way we just created effortless fashion. So I'll choose gallery. I'll come to the image to replace them. I'll just click on replace, and I'll come to photos. Then I'll see kaftan, the kaftan we're working on. So I could choose something like this, and this comes here perfectly. And here I could replace that as well to come to photos. and I'm going to be able to replace this as well. So let me replace this as well by using something like this. So I choose that, and then I have it cropped. So here we are. So we just created the second page. I'm going to continue from here. So right now we have to proceed with what we're doing. So right now we just put the effortless version for every occasion, and we have the first page and the second page. This is what the first page looks like, and here we have to proceed to the next page. And the slide 3, which is will be this third slide, can be moved to. So I'll just move to the third slide, and this will be the third slide. So I'll come back to my chat GPT right here, and I will come back here. The headline for this is crafted for comfort and elegance. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to copy crafted for effort and elegance, and the highlights, the caption should be highlights fabric details or behind the scene imagery. So yes, let's look for something like that. So let's just copy this. So something we can do again is that I'll copy this, and coming back to my Canva, there's another thing we can do. We can try to bring what we add here. So I can try to bring what we add here. I can try to bring it to the next page. So I'll try to duplicate that. The duplicated version is right here. So what I have to do is to try to move it. I want to try to move it to the next page. So I'll just say copy. It has to be copy, of course, or I'll just paste what I add. I will paste what I add right now. I'll paste it right now. So what I want to do is I'll paste the new details I add. So I'll just put in this. I'll make sure I put in this. I'm going to copy. I'm going to select all, and I'll put in it right here. So let's see what the bolded version looks like. So yes, we have something like this. We have something like this. So you could make it smaller if you want to. And there we made it smaller. So right now this is effortless version for every occasion. So yes, duplicate this. Let's copy this style. Of course, I'm going to just try to duplicate that button. Then I'm going to paste what I just had copied. So I'm going to select all. I'm going to select all from within. So coming back here, I'm going to select all from within. So let's just double tap, and I'm going to double tap. I'm going to try to paste what I have right now. So I have a new text, and I'm going to paste it right here. So this is it I have here. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to just copy the text right now. I'm going to copy it, and after I copied it, I'm going to have it deleted, of course, from here, and I'll go to the next page. So having to come to the next page, all I have to do is to paste it here. So I'm going to look for how to paste. I'm going to paste that, and I just pasted what I copied earlier on. I just pasted it right here, and I'm going to just delete what I don't want. I'm going to delete all this, and I'm going to leave this alone. So right now I need to put a behind the scene for this. So all I have to do is to I'll go to my replace. Yes, I will need to replace all this. So what I want to do now is I want to make another type of grid. So I'll make something like a grid right now, not something like this. So I'll make something like a grid right now to create a behind the scene effect. And yes, I'm going to have this copied just to have something like this. Yes, so we have something like this. I'm going to have this deleted, and this will be something like for behind the scene. So let's see how this goes. Let's see what it's going to be like. So I'm going to look for an image to replace this. We're looking for kaftans, and I'm going to just say kaftans. I'm going to look for kaftans. I'm going to come to photos right here, and here it is, photo, and I'm going to try to look for kaftans. So I'll say kaftans. So I'll look for kaftans, and here we are. We're going to search for kaftans, and having to search for kaftans, we have different behind the scene elements. So I can use something like this for behind the scene. Yes, that looks great. I'm going to come again. I'm going to try to replace, and I'll come to photos, and I'll choose another behind the scene element. I'll choose a white element. Yes, and I'm going to come right here to replace that. I'm going to choose a behind the scene element again. I'm going to come to photos, and here we have. So I want to choose another behind the scene element. So let me look for one, and here we are. So we have different behind the scene elements. So let me look for one. Let's see what we have here, and here we are. So yes, we have this, and the last slide can be created. I'm going to tap on a blank area like this, and I'll come to the last slide, which is, let's go to our ChatGPT. What it suggests is that call to actions. It says follow us and stay tuned, something like that. Include your brands and all that. So let's go back to our Canva to do all that. So right now I want to delete all this just to create a call to action button. So I'm going to click on this to delete that. So I'm going to delete image, and I'm going to delete the frame as well. So I'm going to delete all this, or we could leave something like this and I'll have it duplicated just to have it come this way. So I have something like this both ways, and I'll take kaftan. I'm going to replace from here. I'm going to come to photos just to use some of the old designs we've used, and I'm going to come here to replace, and I'm going to come to kaftan. So this is just a sample, it's just a demo, and here we are. So I'm going to crop this. Yes, I'm going to crop this way. I'm going to just crop that, and here we are. So I'm going to have this. Let me just have it cropped again. And what I want to do is I want to rotate it. Okay. So let me just do it at something like this. And I want to, okay, let's do it as something like this. Let me replace this. Let me replace this image. I'm going to come to photos and I'm going to try to replace that. So having to replace this, I'll replace it to something like this. So let's see what we have. And yeah, we have something like this. So let me just take something like this and have this done. So yes, here we are. So I would say cut to actions, or I could delete all these if I don't want that. So it's just to create a very simple call to actions. So I'm going to delete the frame. I'm going to delete that as well, delete frame. And here we are. I would say contact us today. Contact us today. Yeah, so here we have the contact us today, and we could increase the text font. So let me just increase the font right away from here, or change the text font as well. You could change to something like this, and you could choose to bolding it from formats, and I'll bolding that, and I could choose to increase the style or the size. So this is the font size. I'll choose to increase it, so I can say contact us today. Yes, so this will be a contact us today button, and I can input my handles and all that. So I could look for text to use for that. I could come to test and I'll just look for what to use for that. So I can come this way and look for something to use for that, and yeah, we are good to go. So let me just look for a test that will fit in for that to input and undo. So let me just bring something like this in. I'm going to bring something like this in, and I'm going to ungroup it. And having to ungroup it, I'll just take this out. I'll delete all this, and I could make this come this way. I could make this come this way. I want to make it smaller, so I'll come to font size and I'll make it smaller this way. So there we are, and I will bring this to the middle, and I could say art. I could art that just to give them a signal. What's okay? What I will do again, I might not even add this. I'll just click on the text, and having to click on the text, there are other things that could be done. So what could be done again is that I could come right here to my format. Yes, I could come right here to my format and change the uppercase. So this says uppercase and lowercase, so I could change this to a lowercase letter. Yes, I just did that. And what I want to do now, I could input an icon. I could just input an icon. So how do I do that? All I have to do is to come to gallery, and having to come to gallery, I'll be able to, no, not gallery. I want to go back. I'll come to my element, sorry. I'll come to my elements and look for different icons. So I could look for Instagram icon, and I'll just say Instagram icon. So I'll look for an Instagram icon, and here in graphics, you'll see the ones you could use. So it's the ones from graphics we are going to use. So I'm going to see all and see what to use from here. So I'll need a Facebook icon. I'll need all that, because I could put a call button through. So this a call button. Yes. So this could come in, and it could come in as contact us button. So it could be smaller. It could be smaller this way, and I bring it this way. Then I input my phone number right here. So let me just input a phone number right here. I'll just input +234 something like that. Input a phone number 8125678798. So something like this could be the phone number, and I could make this come this way to be properly aligned. Yes, so we have a phone number for a contact us. then we could input more icons and all that. So that's how to create a carousel post using generative AI and designing the content. We can still use the same generative AI to create posts for other social media platforms. We just created for Instagram. So let's try to create a Facebook post. So I would say create, since we did a carousel, so the Instagram post and Facebook post will be alike us. We could use that same design for our Facebook post. So I would say create a Facebook post out of this. So I'll continue the prompts under the particular designs we are working on right now. So I'll say create a Facebook post out of this. So let's send that and let's see what it brings. So it says here is a Facebook post based on your Instagram content idea. So I would say yes, introducing your brand name, and this will be a straight down post that you could use. So it says discover the blend of tradition, modern style with our timeless kaftans and simple ways. So yes, yes, yes. So you could easily post this, and these are visuals for the post. A high quality image of model in one of your signature kaftans and overlay text, use your brand colors. So we could create a visual for this. So this is the content. The content is right here and the visual is right here. So let's create the visual for this post using Canva. So I'll go to Canva right here. I'll come to Canva, and I would, since we did this design and it looks perfect this way, so you just go ahead to post on Facebook or post on Instagram. So I'll come to Canva right now, and having to come to Canva right now, all I want to do now is I just have to do something simple right now. So what I want to do now is to look for Facebook post. So I'll look for a template that says Facebook post, and we're going to continue our design right there. So I'll look for a Facebook post template, and I'll choose a template to use for that. So here we have different templates to use for that, and here is a Facebook post template. So I could easily click on this to customize this template. I'll customize this template right here. Since we are discussing about fashion brands, so we're going to just do something simple. And right here we have the text layout and we have a video layout. So what I want to do now is I want to delete this, I want to delete that. So I'll delete that, I'll delete this. So what I want to do is now I want to showcase the two models that we use for the kaftans. So what I want to do now is to come to my elements and I'll look for a frame. So yes, look for a frame right here. I'll come to frame section and I'll look for a frame like this. So I'll bring this in as a frame, and this will host the two people that would showcase the kaftan, and we're going to use it for our Facebook post. So yes, I'm going to just do something like this, and I'm going to copy this, duplicate that, and I'm going to have something like this as well. So yes, we have these two. I can bring this to the middle just to make it have that middle feeling. Yes, so yes, that's the middle, and I'll do the same for this as well. So let me bring this to the middle. Let me bring this to the middle as well. So let's do something like this. So this comes to the middle as well. And here in the content, so I'm going to come to ChatGPT to copy what I have here. So from the visuals, it says effortless vision. So I'm going to select test and I'll say effortless fashion, sorry, for every occasion. So yes, let's do something like this. So I'm going to copy this to the occasion part. I'm going to copy, then I'm going to come back to my Canva. I'm going to come up to my Canva to paste that here. So that will be pasted here. And we have effortless fashion for every occasion. I could make this color a red color by choosing the A. And right here, I could change the color. And I want to change the color of this. So all I have to do is to copy, select all, and I'll change the color right here. So let's see if that has been changed. So I just change the color, yes, and I'll bring in the kaftans. So yes, I'm going to replace. I'm going to click on replace. I'm going to come to photos, and these are the photos we worked on. So I'm going to choose one of these, and I'm going to choose one of these for the second. I'm going to replace that. I'm going to choose one of these for the second. So I'm going to come to photos, and I'm going to choose this for the second. So here we have this. So this could go for a Facebook post. It could qualify for a Facebook post, and our background could be changed to something that would suit. Let's say our brand color is a blue, so I could change to a blue, and I could change this to a white easily. So I'm going to change this to a white, and here we have a post for Facebook. If we have a brand logo, we could input that anywhere just by importing, just the same way we've been importing. So you could easily access your gallery. That is, if you have it in your gallery, then you can import any logo you want to import. So it's as simple as that, creating a Facebook post as easy as that. So we have a content for the Facebook and we have a graphics for it. So let's proceed with what we are doing. So I'll come back to my Canva, and right now we've created a Facebook post, we've created an Instagram post using generative AI for the content and Canva to design the graphics. So I'll come back to my ChatGPT right now to create content for X, which used to be Twitter. So I'm going to just come to ChatGPT. I'll say create a Twitter X tweet from this. So we want to create a tweet from this. So we are going to have different content across all platforms, even different graphics. So right here we have simple tweets right here. It says introducing your brand name where comfort meets elegance. And yeah, so we have these follow us. So we could use the same content, the same visuals we used for Facebook, we could use it for the Twitter. All we have to do is to change the text. So this particular design is what we're going to use for Twitter as well. And all we have to do is to change the design, to change the content that follows the design, which is this. And we just did that using generative AI to create an engaging content for Twitter X users. Now let's create the last piece of our design. So right now I want to create an engaging post for LinkedIn. Just the same way we created carousel for Instagram, we're going to create carousel for LinkedIn. So I would say create a LinkedIn post for this. Create a LinkedIn post for this. So we're going to proceed and see what that looks like. And we're going to actually post them on different platforms. So right here we have all these, and here we are. The same design we created for Instagram is what we're going to create for LinkedIn as well. So we're going to use the same carousel for Instagram. We're going to use it for LinkedIn. So right now we could proceed to create and to design. So right now we have different designs. We have for Facebook. So when you come to your Canva home page, we're going to check the project section to look for the projects we've worked on. So coming to this project, we've worked on a brand design for a fashion brand, and here we are. One is the carousel. So I can name this. I can just give this a carousel post. I can name this. I can give it a carousel post, and yes. So we have that. This will be a carousel post, and here we are good to go. Then this right here, which is the second we did, will be a single post. So I'm going to name it single post. So I'll go back right here and I'll name this a single post. So you can do some fine tuning and post it directly. So I'll show you how to share this design directly to social media. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.